Hi there. Today I wanted to talk to you about depression, anxiety. I lived in the States for 6 years, so I kind of have an idea of what it's like to live in the Western world, Western society that is driven by Western values. Now I live in Russia, and Russia, I think, is somewhere in the middle between West and East. And maybe Russia is its own country, actually. Anyways, when I was living there, I lived there from the time when I was 19 till I was 26. So it's kind of, those years when personal growth is happening at fast rates. So maybe a lot of my like depressive and anxious feelings were connected with the fact that it was those early years when usually people, as I said, look for answers, look for themselves in a very intense way. But maybe also because at that time I lived in the States, I often felt depressed, and actually I did not realize it at that time. I thought it was just like a mood thing, but I think it was more severe than that. For example, when I was like driving my car, I would often feel scared to get into an accident, and it was an irrational fear. It was just something that was running in the back of my mind. As I understand it now, it was an unhealthy, irrational fear, really, and I remember feeling it, very frequently when I was driving the car. Safe road, driving 40 miles per hour, maybe a 10-minute drive from my home to work. Also, there were a lot of pressure in my life, like I had to work, I had to go to my university, I had my internship, I had a full-time relationship. I was busy in a lot of aspects and I did not really let myself to be easy on myself. I was trying to exercise a lot, and maybe that's why I made the decision to go back home, even though I could have stayed in the States. Among all of my friends, I am the only one who decided to go back home to Russia. I was so tired. I ran out of all the joy, really, and I decided to go back home. In Russia, I would say I have never felt really depressed as I was feeling in the States. And not because it's my home or that I have family here, I think it's unrelated factors. But in Russia, there is much less pressure. Pressure to be proper, pressure to live your life the right way, pressure to be smart, pressure to be, nice. You often hear it in the States, be nice, or be kind, or smile. Smile. I remember people saying it to me very often, smile and everything will be good. But I don't think it works that way. Smile has to come from the inside, really. I believe in politeness and, being nice to each other, but not in a forced way. So all of that combined, when you live in that pressure, day after day, you don't even realize that all of that is imposed on you, actually. Once you go somewhere, when those rules are not existent, like in Russia, maybe that is our problem, actually, but you don't have to be nice here. You don't have to smile. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to achieve anything. I don't know. Maybe it's a bad thing as well, but life is much more simple here. Of course, there are many sides to it, and I kind of see what kind of arguments are coming. But the point is that if you find yourself feeling depressed, anxious, before concluding that there is something wrong with the chemicals in your brain, try to look around and analyze for yourself. Can you handle everything that surrounds you. Maybe some of those things are not meant to be handled. Some of the standards are pretty high and they're not all comfortable. Please let me know what you think. Write in the comments something. Say hi.